Good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen. It is your boy Lewis, and I'm back with another one, back with another banger with yet another video. Welcome to the Lewis Basketball Network. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you're new, make sure to like the video and make sure to share this video. Only helps the channel grow. Truly appreciate it, guys. Happy Friday afternoon. Hope everyone is having a wonderful Friday. It is the weekend. It is Memorial Day weekend. You know, what are you guys going to do over the weekend? Whatever it is, man, I hope it's productive. I hope it's fun, whatever the case may be, whatever it is you're going to do. And I hope everybody just, has a wonderful, keeps going on with the day being wonderful, man. And just, continue to do your thing. If you're working, continue to stay on that grind. If you're relaxing, glad that you're relaxed at home, being able to do the things that you want to do, getting errands done. So, ladies and gentlemen, Isiah Thomas is getting his NBA license revoked from me. I'm sorry, because I applauded him when he called out LeBron James for going on the shop and saying that he was the greatest player of all time after beating the 73-9 Golden State Warriors and saying that that one championship equated to two championships. Yeah, okay. But Isiah comes on First Things First and basically says that the NBA has failed LeBron James. What? That doesn't make any sense. All of a sudden, the NBA has done a disservice to LeBron James. Now, I'm going to hear what Isiah Thomas has to say because he was on First Things First. And once again, I'm going to always pause the video and I'm just going to chime in my thoughts on this situation. But Isiah Thomas, man, I removed your card until you come back down to earth, because right now your mind is floating out of space with, I don't care if LeBron James is your favorite player, but to say that the NBA has failed LeBron James, monkeys in the back, roll the video.
Extremely important role in all basketball organizations. And I think it's extremely important for the Lakers also because this is the first time that I can remember since I've been in the NBA or been around basketball where the Lakers have not had a former player or a Laker in their organization running things or managing things. So,
But why is that, Isiah? You got to think about that. Why has no former Laker ever probably been in that office running some sort of operations? I mean, there could have been one in the last, 6 years, but we have an incompetent owner in Jeannie Buss who has her family and friends. She's letting Linda Rambis run the show. I mean, no wonder there's a lot of dysfunction up in there. So, to answer your question, Isiah, it's because the owner of the team currently has no clue what she's doing up there.
This is a new territory that we're entering into for the Lakers and for a lot of organizations. Most organizations in the NBA has always had some former player within their management team. This is the first time where I've seen a couple of organizations now, they don't have a former player in their management team moving forward. And they say participation and observation is the best form of education. And
Damn, that was low-key a bar right there. Participation and observation is a good form of education. Woo! Woo! That sounds profound. I'm going to say that again. Participation and observation is a form of education. Woo! Isiah coming in with the bars, baby.
we have now in a lot of organizations is they've gone strictly towards observation and they've totally discounted the participation in the sport. So if you limit yourself from a total educational background in terms of advice, in terms of critique, in terms of knowledge.
The closest thing they have to a former Laker is in a position of power is Kurt Rambis, who seems to be getting his power via the proximity to his wife, Linda. Linda, who's one of...
Kurt Rambis is a lapdog to his wife and Jeannie Buss. Yo, it's as simple as that, man. Simple as that.
Jeannie Buss's closest advisors. But the other reason for me, Isiah, that this is so baffling is they didn't...
Kurt Rambis was a good hard-nosed player back in the day, but as a coach, you already know the record that he's had. And he's even tried to run the triangle offense like with teams like the Minnesota Timberwolves. He even coached the Knicks for a little bit, but his teams have not been great. And somewhat to his defense, he's had a poor roster. I know the only real good talented team he coached was the Lakers. He had a good record, but he was fired right after the last, 22 games, I guess, that he coached a team. Something like that. I could be wrong, but if you guys know how many games he coached the Lakers during the lockout season, one of you guys can correct me in the comments.
didn't fire Magic Johnson. They didn't look at it and say, you know what, we have redundancy. We think Pelinka can take on both roles. This was a job that was filled that Magic, with no warning, impromptu stepped away from. So you thought it was important enough to hire Magic.
I'm going to say this once again. The reason that I feel like Magic stepped down was because there's probably some clout that the organization dug up on Magic. And to me, he stepped down in one part because I know he probably is telling the truth. But at the same time, there's some truth to what he is saying because he's trying to tell you what's going on in the organization. But another reason is he's trying to wipe his slate clean so that it doesn't affect his image. Looking at it from both sides here.
You thought it was important enough to be taken aback when Magic walked away, and now you don't need it. So now Magic, I assume, was doing something during the day. There was some level of work that he was doing.
Unless Pelinka convinced them that he could do.
Well, he must have. But so to me, you can see by
Every time I see nigga, you know he's on some kind of agenda, and you know he lies.
him not hiring someone for this job, and who they hired as the head coach, Frank Vogel, who nobody thought was about to get another head coaching job this quickly, especially it looked bad what happened with him in Orlando. It looked even worse once you saw Orlando this year. The reason you hire that coach is because that coach cedes power to whom? To Pelinka. So Pelinka gets some of the power a coach would have, all the power Magic Johnson had, and now becomes the most powerful voice in the organization that isn't a member of the Buss family.
And this is where I think the NBA and our league has truly failed LeBron James.
Oh, here we go.
Because every place LeBron James has gone, they've always given him either a first-year coach or someone that they were experimenting with.
Stop it. Isiah Thomas, you came on this show to embarrass yourself with the way you just did, my friend. The NBA has done a disservice. They have failed LeBron James. Oh, my goodness, man. How about the fact that LeBron is not coachable? The only time he was really coachable, and it was because he was forced to be coachable, where he really had no choice, was in Miami. The structures in Cleveland and Los Angeles, not that good. They're complaining about how LeBron got first-year head coaches. We remember about Paul Silas, who was a pretty good coach. They didn't really win with LeBron and he got fired. And I feel like LeBron in low-key probably has something to do with his firing. I don't know for that for sure. Those are rumors that were saying that LeBron low-key was kind of in on him getting the boot. I don't know if that's true or not. So I'm not going to sit here and speculate. But so what did he do under Mike Brown? Oh, that's right. He made an all-defensive team 2 years in a row under Mike Brown. Cleveland was one of the better defensive teams under Mike Brown. How about LeBron going to the NBA Finals in 2007 with Mike Brown? How about LeBron winning back-to-back MVPs with Mike Brown? How about LeBron having the best record in 2009 and 2010? 66 wins in 2009, 61 wins in 2010. Was the favorites to go to the finals both years. But somehow the NBA has done a disservice to LeBron James. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Isiah Thomas. Well, continue, sir. Continue.
And they always took unnecessary chances because you had LeBron James. LeBron James has never had the benefit of, in my opinion, Hall of Fame coaches. He had a Hall of Fame front office with...
Another stupid narrative that now even Isiah Thomas is running. Part of the LeBron James Justice Coalition, or the 3-6 Mafia, as I like to call it. If LeBron wanted a Hall of Fame coach, he could have went to San Antonio when he was a free agent to go play with Greg Popovich and the San Antonio Spurs. He could have did that. Okay? The reason that he won't play for those guys is because LeBron knows that his inflated numbers will go down and that he won't get the credit. And the narrative will continue to be, well, LeBron's never had a great coach. He could have if he wanted to, but, he didn't do it because it's like, why? Why didn't LeBron, if LeBron wanted to play for Hall of Fame coach, why didn't he go to Greg Popovich? Let me clear something right now. Phil Jackson was more established by the time that he coached Kobe and Shaq. But Phil Jackson coached in the CBA. He wasn't even offered an NBA job. When he took over with Michael Jordan, Phil Jackson, that was his first season. Did they win? No, they went to the Eastern Conference Finals. If you remember, Michael Jordan went to the Eastern Conference Finals with Phil as an assistant coach in 1989. Or the people tend to forget that. In 1990, they lost in the Eastern Conference Finals in 7 games to the Detroit Pistons. So that's just stupid nonsense. More spewing nonsense by Isiah. They didn't win until 1991. Michael Jordan made Phil a household name because Michael Jordan was already a household name. Michael Jordan became a better winner under Phil Jackson when Phil Jackson told him to trust the triangle offense run by Tex Winter. So in other words, Phil was much more made by Michael Jordan than Phil made Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan became a winner. Obviously, you have Phil Jackson with his philosophy and you have Tex Winter with his offense to reduce Michael's role a tad bit and incorporate his teammates, galvanize his teammates, be a leader of the team. They won together, but Michael made Phil more than Phil made Michael. Same thing with Tim Duncan and Greg Popovich. Tim Duncan made Greg Popovich more. The reason that you're considering all these guys a Hall of Fame coaches is because they've coached great players for a long time, but the players are the guys who make the coaches. Coaches can say what they have to say, but you have to execute at the end of the day. Coaching has a little bit of help to do with developing players, but the players have to go out there and execute the game plan that's given to win these games, to win championships, to play defense. That's on the players. That's not the coach's job. That's the player's job. So Isiah makes no damn sense. Let me ask you a question, Isiah Thomas. By any chance, was Chuck Daly a Hall of Fame coach when you first played for the Detroit Pistons? Because if I remember correctly, Chuck Daly was the head coach in 1983. I believe the 82-83 or the 83-84 season. Did you guys win the championship that year? How about 1985? Did you guys win the championship that year? Or 86 or 87 when you guys started to get players like Bill Laimbeer, Vinnie Johnson, Joe Dumars, Dennis Rodman, Rick Mahorn, Adrian Dantley? When did you guys win? You guys won in Chuck Daly's what? Sixth season as head coach? And it was at that point, what, your 8th or 9th season in the league? But here you talking nonsense about LeBron's never had a Hall of Fame coach? You make it sound like if you won an NBA title right away. I'm just giving an example. That's all I'm saying.
Riley in Miami. However, they gave him a rookie coach to get started off with.
And there were some issues.
And there were some issues. They lost, but then they regrouped. But at the same time, he's never had the benefit of, the greatest coaches ever.
Part of the problem, Isiah, is that LeBron has not allowed himself to be coach. We don't know what these coaches can do with players if players allow the coaches to be the coach. LeBron James has really never done that. Look, he got his friend Tyronn Lue, who got promoted to head assistant coach under LeBron James when David Blatt got fired. He didn't let David Blatt coach. People can say what they want about David Blatt, man, but it was like he really didn't let LeBron coach. It's so funny that all of these coaches that LeBron has been coached by have a career plus 600 win percentage in the games that LeBron has played in, but they've never been credible coaches according to LeBron. Mike Brown was a coach of the year in 2009. Tyronn Lue was with the coaching, taking the Cavaliers to 3 straight finals. But people are going to say, oh, no, LeBron did that in a weak Eastern Conference. But then when it's Giannis Antetokounmpo or Kawhi Leonard doing great, it's, oh, they play in the weak East. You see how you guys move the goalposts? This is what I'm talking about. All of a sudden, the NBA has done a disservice to LeBron James. Get that F out of here, please.
Now, you in this organization now with the Lakers where historically they've always been known for their front office, expertise, so forth and so on. Now, they've had some bad luck and bad years. But LeBron James now coming into this situation is basically dealing with,
a rookie front office.
A rookie front office.
Yeah.
And a rookie on all fronts because now
oh, my God. Now it's a rookie front office. The front office has been bad for the past 5 or 6 years, as a lot of LeBron fans and a lot of fans in the NBA have been saying. All of a sudden, it's a rookie front office. It's a rookie front office only because LeBron is entering a new situation. But stop. Rookie front office. You're acting like if the Lakers were put together that front office was put together in the first year. Cut it out, man.
if Rob is going to be the GM and the president. He's never been the president of a basketball organization, which is a lot of responsibility. Being a GM is a
With
big
the exception of Rob
responsibility, but
Pelinka.
when you're president and GM, that's a big bucket of water to drink.
As far as the free agent,
Let's be clear, man. That whole president of basketball operations name was put because of Magic Johnson. There was no title under that. Here we go. Chris Carter's going to talk about how his brother Bush Carter was drafted by the Lakers and played for the Lakers and how he was amazing. Because he knows Magic and he knows the Lakers. Carter.
Out there, we know that this is a much anticipated group coming. KD potentially being free, Kawhi. We talked about Kyrie Irving and a bunch of others, Jimmy Butler.
Let me ask you this question. If this is such a disservice, as Isiah Thomas likes to say, why did LeBron get gift wrapped that 2016 championship? And then his fans like to go, oh, but you know, if Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love weren't hurt, the Cavaliers would have 2 NBA championships. You didn't mention about the Warriors being hurt in 2016, and you still only won by 4 points with Andrew Bogut being injured, Iguodala being injured, Steph Curry being injured, Festus Ezeli being injured, Draymond Green getting suspended for Game 5, taking all that momentum away. And in Game 7, you only won by 4 points. And then you beat a 73-9 team that lost 9 playoff games in the postseason. That went 15-9 in the postseason. They didn't even have a dominant run. You get Draymond Green suspended on purpose. You initiate it. You complain to the league. You get the stimulus package. You say 1 championship equates to 2 because you beat a 73-9 team. But somehow, the NBA did a disservice to LeBron James. Somehow.
But I want to go back to something because I think that you are one of the rare people that can really comment on this. Last year, the NBA and the Lakers, they tried to help LeBron. Magic waiting out in front of his house now.
Yep.
Now, no one knows Magic better than you, and no one has been through the basketball experiences that you talk about mirrored with Magic. What the hell happened to Magic Johnson? And if I'm a free agent, why would you join?
What the hell happened to Magic? What the hell happened to Genie? What the hell happened to Rob Pelinka? What the hell happened to Linda Rambis? What happened to that whole Laker organization? That's the question.
The Lakers now where their greatest player quit and all the other chaos surrounding this team.
So 2 things, and I'm just speculating here, okay? I have no inside knowledge, just my observation from the outside.
Observation and your participation, and you're going to give your form of education? Okay, so that means you're going to give the POD. The POE. Sorry. This is the Isiah Thomas philosophy, ladies and gentlemen. The POE, participation, observation, education.
You get the title as president of basketball operations. And as president of basketball operations, you get to implement your vision. Not only do you get to implement your vision, but you also get to bring in managers and coaches and people that you think can implement your vision. I think Magic found out later on in the process that
Didn't read the details.
that I'm the president only in name only, because when it came.
So Isiah, by you saying that, you just exposed the narrative right there. What was Magic Johnson going to do if everything was already set in place? He was just a name and a face. Ladies and gentlemen, that is exactly what LeVar Ball said. He said that. So Magic was just a name and a face, Isiah. You just said it. So Magic's role was really just recruiting, but he really didn't have any power, like he said. The only real decision he made was just trading Zubac, but that's really it. I mean, what else could he do, honestly? But even then, so like I said, Magic did a horrible disservice in the way he handled it. That was just bad. People are going to have their opinions on it, but I don't excuse Magic and give him a pass for that. I don't. Just because, oh, hey, I'm Magic Johnson. Yeah, everything's unbelievable. No. Sorry. I'm not falling for that like some of these casuals.
Time to
Potentially fire the coach. Potentially maybe even look at moving Rob Pelinka.
Yeah, then it seems like, okay, you don't have full authority or autonomy to make those.
Did he really
Again,
did?
I'm
That's
just
the thing.
speculating because I don't know. But if you're given the title of president, then you get to make the moves and act as president. And it doesn't seem like that was the case in Los Angeles.
a lot of this gets fixed if they get one of these star free agents. Maybe not fixed, but people don't care as much. If you get an all-star caliber player to play alongside LeBron James, a lot of them.
No, what kind of would have fixed it would have been had they able to get that trade But the problem is because LeBron took out Anthony Davis on that 2 for 20 fiasco, it kind of ruined everything when Magic kind of publicized that they were willing to trade a lot of more pieces, which there was an issue with Jeanie Buss because there was rumbling saying that Magic was trying to trade more than Jeanie wanted to offer to the Pelicans and trying to get Anthony Davis, which she wasn't really happy about. So I feel like there was just a mistrust relationship into Team Magic and Jeanie.
Mayhem of this offseason seems
Oh my
like
goodness.
secondary details. How much do you think this offseason has hurt their ability to get one of those star free agents?
So ladies and gentlemen, I will continue this video in a bit. So I will be right back on this. Check it. Again, let us continue.
Well, and when you talk about star free agents, right? I'm only talking about the top tier. I'm only talking about the best of the best. People who can come in and be transitional and transformation.
KD, Kawhi, Kyrie. Oh, okay. KD and Kawhi.
Listen to that, man. KD, Kawhi, Kyrie, Clay, Kemba. 5 Ks. Beyond the golden sombrero right there. 5 Ks pitching in a pitch out, man. 5 strikeouts. That's possible.
Those are the top 2, right? Everybody else is gonna fill in and be pieces with.
Okay.
But these are the 2 guys. Now, if you're sitting there with Magic and LeBron, you got some conversation. Now, and Chris, you know this as a Hall of Fame player, Hall of Fame career. There are different levels of this. So you saying, okay, I'm getting
Shout out to Meek Mills.
ready to put my legacy in your hands. And if I'm going to put my legacy in your hands, then it's got to be somebody that.
This is the problem what I'm talking about with Isiah Thomas when he talks about LeBron is putting the legacy in the hands of people. LeBron is an unbelievable player, but let's be honest. All I've heard from people is, LeBron, you know how difficult it is to go to the finals 8 straight years. And I'm like, let's look at the competition who LeBron was going up against. I would say that the most competitive season out of both conferences was probably 2011. And that was the first year LeBron joined the Miami Heat with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. Obviously, Dwayne was already there and Chris Bosh joined the free agency, but that was really the one season where it was the most competitive. After that, they had some series and all that kind of stuff, but it's like you really kind of knew who was going to win and go to the finals. And what's so crazy is LeBron has gone to the finals 4 straight times with both Miami and Cleveland. But people want to say, oh, LeBron carried a bunch of bums to the finals 8 straight years and a bunch of bums to the 2007 finals. Like the same thing that casuals constantly spew out of their mouths. It's like when it's the Warriors, and Clay said it, man. He said they've played a lot of injured teams, like on their way to the championship, so nobody's feeling sorry for us. And, in one part I understand that, but, Clay's not making excuses about it. So he's like, who's going to feel sorry for us? Nobody. And it's like the Warriors deserve the credit for what they're doing in terms of winning. All these teams have said, people have said that the Warriors cannot win. They weren't going to be Houston. They weren't going to be Portland. And it was even to the point that in the Eastern Conference Finals, Stephen Smith was coming out after the first 2 games. The series was over. Excuse me. And I'm like, let's see what Toronto does. Series could have gone either way. And now Toronto Raptors are 1 win away. And let's see if they come into Game 6 with the mindset of a Game 7. We're going to see about that. But, with this whole thing of that my legacy is in your hands, I'm like, honestly, if LeBron had done that, then I would have understood. Had LeBron allowed the coaches to coach, if LeBron incorporates his teammates, like if LeBron played in the actual system, if LeBron played off the ball, then I would be more fair to LeBron James. But when you set a standard, when you put these expectations and then he doesn't deliver, but then you come with an excuse, he's still the best player in the world, but you got to understand because such and such and such and such. And I'm just like, that's where I have a problem. Because how is it that you move yourself up when it's convenient, but then all of a sudden you want to backtrack and take, You want to take 5 steps forward, but then you intentionally want to take 10 steps back, and you're like, well, it wasn't my fault because of this and this and this. And it's like LeBron has been known for this. Like when going gets tough, he'll try to exclude himself out and say that I was never really like a part of this. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say it again. He called himself the best player in the world in 2015. Kevin Love got injured in Game 3 of the 2015 first-round playoffs against the Boston Celtics when Kelly Olynyk pulled his arm out of his socket and he had a separated shoulder. He was gone for the playoffs because his shoulder injury was going to take, I think, 6 to 8 weeks to heal, and like he wasn't going to be back. Kyrie Irving had been dealing with knee problems. He breaks, I think it was his patella in Game 1 in overtime when he was trying to drive on Klay Thompson, and he falls down. So I'm just like, if you're going to keep that same energy with 2015 and talk about how, and it's like, despite all that, LeBron James and his crew took the Warriors to 6 games. And they said, look how weak the Warriors are. And I'm like, did y'all forget that this was the Warriors' very first NBA Finals trip and one in a long time? And a lot of those players, they were new to the scene. None of those players had championship experience. LeBron James has already been to the finals, 5 times in his career at that point? So, I mean, let's be real. I mean, he was the only one that had the most finals experience out of pretty much any player that was playing. I mean, let's not forget about Shawn Marion. Let's not forget about Mike Miller. Let's not forget about James Jones. So, we gotta think about that, man. It's like maybe they didn't play, but it's like the Cavaliers had the experience, and it was like a lot of the Warriors, they had not faced that type of playoff success, and they were pretty much learning on the fly. So for them to accomplish what they did, I mean, it's great. And that's why I said that both championships canceled each other out, because I'm like, well, if the Warriors, if they hadn't gotten injured the way they did and had the Draymond Green not suspended, they would have won the 2016 finals. And they would have had 2 championships. And Kevin Durant wouldn't be a Warrior. On the Cleveland side, the Warriors only won because Kyrie and Kevin Love weren't there. Remember, though, y'all had y'all full squad in 2016. Full squad, and y'all was still down 3-1 with a average to below average Steph Curry in the finals. I mean, he didn't look like himself, and then you intentionally get Draymond Green suspended. I mean, and I love how casual fans go, well, Draymond Green, he played in Game 6 and 7, but did you forget that Andrew Bogut got hurt? That was a big piece that they were missing. This is a redundant conversation that, again, a lot of casuals and millennials and 3-6 Mafia, they love to flip the narrative every single time. And the only reason I kind of mention it a lot is because I want to remind people who are either stuck in that mindset or who try to kind of get their way swayed into it. I know there's people out there who are not going to get swayed into that nonsense. I'm just saying, but I mean, the bottom line is that this is why I said that both teams cancel each other out and they play who was in front of them. And it was so crazy that I always mention the stimulus package, because it's like, if you're saying he got a disservice, no, he was given a gift. He was given a gift. LeBron is a conglomerate, man. And it's like, once again, I've never met a player who gets so many excuses the way LeBron does. And you're looking at it from the OG 11, Isiah Thomas, making excuses for LeBron James, saying that the NBA has done a disservice to this man. No way. No way. This isn't me hating. This isn't me being naive. This is not being me, you're an ultra LeBron James hater. No, this is the truth. How you gonna sit there and say that this guy has been failed because he's been put with rookie head coaches? That's the NBA's fault. That's the NBA's fault that he's been put with rookie head coaches or whatever. I just told you the success he had with Tyronn Lue. Won a championship with Tyronn Lue. Has a career over 600 win percentage. Won 2 championships with Eric Spoelstra. Went to 4 straight finals. Went to the NBA finals with Mike Brown. Won 2 MVPs, made all defensive teams under Mike Brown and Eric Spoelstra. I don't see the disservice. And he's won 3 championships. Now, if he won none, or he won one and hasn't won since, you could kind of slowly make a case. But then you really can't do it because LeBron has been trying to control narratives for a long time. And then the worst part is, you're a LeBron James hater. the media and the casual LeBron James lovers are the reason that it makes it hard for me to want to cheer for LeBron James, to appreciate LeBron's greatness. That's the problem. No one ever said LeBron wasn't great. It's just I get tired of him trying to control the narrative, and everybody just fall for it. That's what's happening. It's that's what they do. That's all I'm talking about. So, Isaiah, finish your point.
That's been in the room before.
That has a legacy themselves.
Yes, thank you. But you can't walk through that.
Look at Squidward shaking his head and moving his nose like if he made such a great point and getting not of approval for Isaiah. Please, man.
And talk to the greatest players in the games, with the greatest minds in the game, and the greatest positions in the game, and you come in with some lightweights talking about we can do this. Don't happen.
Thanks for watching.
The LeBron James Justice Coalition. But anywho, this is your boy Lewis back with another one, man. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to share it, man. As always, let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. Of Isaiah. Bless up. One love. Peace. Thanks for watching.